Have you ever wondered why some people can control your emotions so easily? One person ignores you, and suddenly your mood changes. Someone criticizes you, and you start questioning yourself. Someone tries to provoke you, and before you realize it, you react exactly how they wanted. But what if I told you that the biggest weakness most people have is not a lack of intelligence? It is giving other people control over their mind. The ancient Stoics understood something powerful. They knew that a person who cannot control their own thoughts, emotions, and reactions will always be controlled by the world around them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, faced betrayal, war, pressure, and criticism. But he never allowed outside events to steal his inner peace, because he understood one simple truth. You don't control what people do, you only control how you respond. Think about your own life. How many times have you lost your peace because of someone's words? How many times have you wasted hours thinking about what someone said about you? The person who hurt you may have moved on, but you are still carrying that pain inside your mind. This is exactly how manipulation works. People don't always control you by force. Sometimes they control you through your emotions, your anger, your fear, your need for approval, your desire to be accepted. But the moment you learn to control these things, you become extremely difficult to manipulate. In this video, you will discover the Stoic principles that can help you build a stronger mind, protect your peace, and stop giving others power over your emotions, and stay until the end. Because the final lesson is something most people never learn, but it can completely change the way you deal with people. Before we continue, take a second and ask yourself, do I control my emotions? Or do my emotions control me? If you believe your mind should belong only to you, comment, I control my mind. Not because of a comment, but because it is a reminder to yourself that your peace is your responsibility. Now let's understand the first Stoic principle that makes you impossible to manipulate. The first step to becoming impossible to manipulate is understanding one powerful Stoic idea. Not everything deserves your reaction. Most people believe that reacting quickly means they are strong, but the Stoics believed the opposite. A person who reacts to everything is not powerful. They are controlled. Think about it. If someone can make you angry with just a few words, if someone can destroy your confidence with one negative comment, if someone's opinion can change how you see yourself, then that person has control over your mind. The Stoics trained themselves to create a space between what happens and how they respond. This small space is where your power exists. Something happens. You pause. You observe. Then you choose your response. That is emotional control. Epictetus taught that people are not disturbed by things themselves, but by the opinions they create about those things. Someone insults you. The insult itself has no power. The power comes from the meaning you give it. You can choose to think, how dare they disrespect me? Or you can think, this person's words only have power if I allow them to. The second mindset creates freedom. Remember this, a person who needs everyone to respect them will always be controlled by people. But a person who respects themselves does not beg for approval. They do not chase validation. They do not waste energy proving their worth. They know who they are. This does not mean becoming cold or emotionless. Stoicism is not about having no feelings. It is about becoming the master of your feelings. Your emotions are visitors. You can listen to them, but you don't have to let them control your actions. Imagine someone trying to provoke you. They expect anger. They expect a reaction. But instead you stay calm. You answer with patience. You walk away if necessary. At that moment you win. Not because you defeated them, but because you defeated the part of yourself that wanted to lose control. This is the difference between a weak mind and a strong mind. A weak mind says, they made me angry. A strong mind says, I allowed myself to become angry. That small change in thinking can completely transform your life. Because once you take responsibility for your emotions, nobody can easily manipulate you again. In the next principle, we will talk about one of the biggest traps that gives people power over you. A trap that makes you seek approval, chase attention, and forget your own value. And once you break free from it, You become mentally stronger than most people around you. One of the biggest reasons people get manipulated is because they depend too much on outside approval. They want everyone to like them. They want everyone to understand them. They want everyone to accept their choices. And because of this, they slowly give their power away. The Stoics understood a dangerous truth. The person who needs approval from everyone can be controlled by anyone. Think about your daily life. Have you ever changed your decision because you were afraid of what others would think? Have you ever stayed silent because you didn't want someone to dislike you? Have you ever tried too hard to prove yourself to people who had already decided to judge you? This is not freedom. This is living according to someone else's expectations. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that your value does not come from other people's opinions. A person who knows their own worth does not need constant validation. They don't need to announce every achievement. They don't need to explain every decision. They don't need to convince everyone that they are right, because they have something stronger than approval. They have self-respect. Understand this. People often manipulate those who are afraid of losing them. If you are terrified of losing someone's attention, you will tolerate things you should never accept. If you are desperate for someone's approval, you will ignore your own principles. But when you become comfortable standing alone, your entire mindset changes. You stop chasing people. You stop begging for acceptance. You stop allowing others to decide your happiness. This does not mean you should hate people or disconnect from everyone. It simply means you stop making other people the owner of your peace. The Stoics believe that your mind is your inner kingdom, and a wise person protects that kingdom. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Sometimes the strongest answer is silence. Sometimes the strongest action is walking away. And sometimes the greatest victory is realizing that you don't need to prove anything. Because when you stop seeking approval, people lose the ability to control you. Remember this. A person who is comfortable with themselves is one of the hardest people to manipulate. In the next lesson, we will discover another Stoic secret: how to control your reactions when someone intentionally tries to hurt, insult, or provoke you, because mastering your reaction is the ultimate form of power. The third Stoic principle is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Master your reactions, because the person who controls your reaction controls you. Many people think others hurt them because of what they say or do, but the Stoics saw something deeper. Between an event and your reaction, there is a choice. That choice is where your freedom exists. Someone insults you. You can immediately become angry. You can argue. You can waste your energy trying to prove yourself. Or you can pause and ask, is this worth disturbing my peace? That one question can change everything. Most people give away their power because they react without thinking. Someone sends an angry message. They reply with anger. Someone criticizes them. They spend the entire day feeling upset. Someone tries to make them jealous. They start comparing their life with others. But a Stoic understands your emotions are yours. Nobody can take control of them unless you allow them. Marcus Aurelius lived through situations where most people would have broken. He faced betrayal from people close to him. He faced enemies attacking his empire. He faced struggles that tested his patience every single day. But he trained his mind to respond with wisdom instead of emotion. This is the difference between a person who is controlled and a person who is free. A controlled person says, "They made me angry." A free person says, "I chose how to respond." Remember this. People who want to manipulate you are looking for one thing: a reaction. They want you to become emotional. They want you to lose your calm, because once you lose control of yourself, they gain control over the situation. But when you remain calm, their power disappears. Sometimes silence is more powerful than an argument. Sometimes walking away is stronger than winning a fight. Sometimes not responding is the greatest response. The goal of Stoicism is not to become a person who feels nothing. The goal is to become a person who chooses what deserves their energy. Your attention is valuable. Your peace is valuable. Your mind is valuable. Stop giving these things away to people who have not earned them. In the next lesson, we will talk about a habit that silently destroys your confidence. a habit that makes you easier to control and prevents you from becoming the strongest version of yourself. The final lesson is something that can completely change the way you live. Build a strong identity, because people who don't know who they are can easily be controlled by the world around them. They change their personality to fit different people. They follow trends just to feel accepted. They make choices based on what gets them attention, and slowly, they forget who they truly are. The Stoics believed that a person should live according to their own principles, not according to the expectations of others. Marcus Aurelius did not wake up every day asking, "What will people think of me?" He asked, "Am I acting with wisdom, discipline, and integrity?" That is the mindset of a strong person. You don't need to prove your value to everyone. You don't need to explain every decision. You don't need to win every argument. A person with a strong identity is difficult to manipulate because they know what they stand for. They know their values. They know their boundaries. They know what they will accept and what they will walk away from. This is why self-respect is so important. When you respect yourself, you stop allowing people to treat you however they want. You stop chasing those who ignore you. You stop begging for attention from those who don't appreciate you. You stop sacrificing your peace just to keep someone else happy. Remember, a person who fears losing others will always be controlled by others. But a person who is comfortable standing alone becomes powerful. The goal is not to make everyone like you. The goal is to become someone you respect. Because at the end of the day, you will spend your entire life with yourself. So build a mind that you are proud of. Build discipline. Protect your peace. Control your reactions. And never allow another person to become the master of your emotions. The world will always try to influence you. People will have opinions. Challenges will come. But the strongest person is the one who remains in control of themselves. That is the true meaning of Stoicism. Not controlling others, but mastering yourself. If this message helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to the Stoic Edge for more lessons on building a stronger mind, controlling emotions, and becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, your mind is your kingdom. Protect it.